Hello and welcome back to the Flat Chat. I'm here with Heggy, I'm Callum, and this is the Premier League review show. Of course, we have done a match review. We did that yesterday for the actual Arsenal-Liverpool game. Talked a wee bit more about that. We're going to try and do that in the future. Probably talk about one of the games a wee bit more. One of the big games, obviously, that was Arsenal-Liverpool this week. So we will kind of gloss over that game, but we will discuss the other games that were played this weekend. Obviously, Leicester against Villa is out on the Monday night, which is tonight. Forest against Villa is out on the Monday. We haven't seen that yet, but I'm sure we'll talk about it in our
predictions for Thursday, Friday, whenever it's out.
Yeah. So anyway, on to the games. There was no 12 o'clock kickoff, or was 12:30 kickoff, on the Saturday because Man United were moved to the Sunday night. Yeah, so we will start with the 3 o'clock kickoffs. And the first game, that would be Bournemouth against Leicester. Hey, what do you think about this?
Big result for Bournemouth.
Massive.
Yeah. We thought from last week Leicester would push on after their good result, but they just didn't. Very worrying times for Leicester. They are still in the relegation zone, I believe. Yeah, they're 19th. Only Forest below them, who have a game in hand. But no, you need to be chuffed if you're a Bournemouth fan. These are the games you need to win to stay up. We say it every week. But yeah, doing their job. Went behind as well.
Yeah, is it Gary O'Neill, the caretaker manager?
Yeah.
Isn't it? He's doing some job.
Yeah,
he's doing a serious job. And how many points are they on?
Who, Bournemouth?
Is it 13 or something like that? If that's
12.
12 points.
8th place.
They're doing well. Everyone had them going down.
Everyone had them bottom as well.
Exactly. And no one had Leicester bottom. But they are really struggling. They got the early goal with Daka. It could have been offside. It was offside maybe, but it was given. And then obviously Bournemouth, just the better side again in that second half. Leicester, Brendan Rodgers, he has been known to occasionally try and protect a lead by completely changing his team's game plan and making a few subs, and it really puts them under pressure. I think it was Daniel Amartey came on.
Yeah, completely changed the outfit of the team. It
did, and Bournemouth it just encouraged Bournemouth to come forward. They're the home side with the home crowd behind them. Leicester, of course, concedes. I think Billing gets a volley.
Yeah.
I think maybe Danny Ward could do better. And he can definitely do better, for sure, with the Ryan Christie one.
Yeah. I think
terrible goalkeeping. The first one, a wee bit harsh to say that, but I'm sorry, a better keeper saves that.
I think the first one's harsh. I think people were criticising that because of who it was rather than what it was.
Oh no, you'd be criticising Ramsdale, for example, if he did that.
It's not at him, he's had to put his hand up really quick. He's a volley from 8 yards out.
A better keeper saves it.
Maybe Alisson saves it.
Well, maybe he does, and that's what I'm saying. A better keeper saves it.
Maybe Ederson does. But
maybe not Ederson, calm down.
No, the second one though is criminal. He's ran out, he's jumped, it's like Christie just put it under him.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, but no, Leicester in disarray.
They are.
Brenda out has to be trending on Twitter.
It probably will be, but they did get a good result last week, and that's probably what's saving them right now.
Yeah.
But that's what it is for Brenda. It'd be good to see him sacked, wouldn't it?
Aaron will be chuffed with that.
Of course
he
will.
hates Brenda.
Yeah, well, you can understand why.
Yeah.
But anyway, on to the next game. One of the top six, traditional top six, which would be Chelsea, hosted Wolves. A Wolves side that are struggling for goals, and that was the case.
Caretaker manager.
Yeah, who was the manager?
I'm not too sure.
So they need. I think it's who they trying to get in right now. Is it
the Sporting Lisbon manager? I believe.
Is it?
It's one of the big teams in Portugal.
Oh, I thought it was the Lopetegui or
are they?
The Sevilla boss. Or has he not been sacked?
I'm not sure.
Well, he lost to Dortmund. I don't know what's quite going on there, but I heard that he was a potential. But Chelsea were the better side here. They made quite a few changes as well. Of course, Aubameyang didn't play. Sterling, Reece James wasn't playing. Chilwell.
It was a second-rate team.
It was, and it's up against a Wolves side that's struggling to score. Defensively, they're not maybe as solid as they have been in the previous year. Josie Sa definitely at fault for at least one of the goals.
Yeah. Do you think that's because of the change from a 3 at the back to the 4? Do you think they just looked better in that system?
We've talked about that. I think that's probably true. But even what's happening with Neves, for example, coming in and playing as a defender in a back three, I think it's less that, and it's more they've got rid of Bolly, and Cody in the one summer. I don't know, and now they've lost a manager
else as well. Roman Saiz, they lost him as well.
Like,
another bit integral part of that back three.
Yeah, and it's been unfortunate that their striker that they brought in, I can't remember his name either. I think it starts with a K. He's injured.
Oh, the Austrian boy.
Or something. Yeah. Diego Costa's an old man. And they've got good players.
Yeah.
They've got injuries though. They're a good side. They're a good side, but they're a bit tough to watch. But Chelsea, I mean, it's a routine win for them there, and it's good that they're able to rest players with AC Milan coming up at the San Siro, I believe, on Tuesday night.
It is Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah. So, nothing more you can really say about Chelsea there.
3 wins out the last 3.
They're doing well.
Yeah, Potter's come in, changed the club. Well, not changed the club, but changed the way the team's playing.
Is it a manager bounce though?
Definitely is.
I mean, it's obviously a manager bounce, but we'll see if he starts to stamp his
authority in the team.
Yeah, we'll see that in the future. But if he keeps doing what he's doing right now, he'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Want to kick us off with Man City then against Southampton?
Man City Southampton 4-0. I guessed 5-0 and 2 for Haaland. I'm not sure what you guessed.
I think I guessed 4-0.
I think you had 3 for Haaland, didn't you? Or 2?
I had 2 for Haaland.
No one had 1 for Haaland.
I think
he disappointed us.
Well.
Yeah. He disappointed me midweek as well. I thought he was going to look more impressive in real life.
Well, you don't think you thought he was quite slow?
I didn't think he was slow, but I just expected him to be a bit more electric.
Can't believe we're slating Haaland right now because he only scored 1 goal. How dare he?
It's Southampton at home. He has to score at least 4.
Yeah, because they're going to concede 9, like they have done in the past. But what did you make of Man City? Did you think they're just it's utter class going forward, aren't they?
Beautiful team to watch.
They are.
Potentially the best team to watch since Barcelona, Pep's Barcelona.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that.
They are just stupendous.
Yeah.
That's all you can really say.
I think honestly just the pass from Foden to play in Haaland. I know Haaland didn't score this one, but his right foot hits the post. That pass was ridiculous. He's not even really looked. He's had a quick glance and he's not played the simple ball down the line for I think De Bruyne it is, and he whips the ball round. Great goal. Cancelo, great goal. Mahrez, great goal. Out down in the chest, volley. It's just a very good team.
Yeah, the technical ability of even the defenders is ludicrous. Every defender could play centre mid.
Yeah.
They're that good. It's just a well crafted team. Money well spent. I know people criticise them for spending barrel loads of money, but teams like Chelsea, teams like Manchester United, as you said to me the other day, have spent just as much money and they look nowhere near as good as Man City.
I think I'd probably suggest this to you as well. The best teams don't buy the best players. The best teams buy the best players for their team, for their system. It's what Liverpool and Man City have been very good at doing the last 3, 4, 5 years.
Definitely.
And I think Man United and Chelsea have been less... They've not been as good at doing that as those two in particular. But
maybe they should start taking notes in Man City because they are just the perfectly run club for money they've spent. They've spent their money wisely.
Yeah.
They've not spent 150 million on random players that won't help them in the future.
Just because they're big names that are meant to have good potential.
Exactly.
Like, that's a Chelsea move.
Yeah.
But I think one team, honestly, I'm going to talk about them quickly. But one team that have taken a page out of Man City's book has been Arsenal with what they've done. It's bringing in players that everyone's going, that's a weird signing. I don't understand that. It works for the team.
Exactly.
It's the characters they're bringing in as well. I think Ramsdale's probably one of the best examples of it. You might not think he's the best keeper, but he's a great character to have around. He's good with his feet. I think he's got that passion as well, and a good guy to obviously have around the team.
I think a prime example of that at Man City would be Akanji.
Yeah.
People said when he came in, why are they buying him? And it wasn't much money either, but he's slotted in perfectly. He just fits the way they play.
Yeah.
And you could just go through the whole City team.
Oh, they've all done it.
Yeah.
They've all done it.
Rodri.
I was like, who's Rodri? That's not a Chelsea signing. It wasn't a Chelsea signing. Ruben Diaz, it's not a Man United signing.
Yeah.
It's players. They're going for players. It's the players that you see on the TV, the players that play for Real Madrid, the players that play for Atletico Madrid, even Barca.
Names,
it's those big names people are talking about in social media, and that's what they wanted. That was the model that Man United and Chelsea had.
The shot sale signings.
Yeah. So I've really slated Man United and Chelsea there. But it's more just to big up how good Man City have been in their
definitely.
business, and it's not just because of the money they spend.
But not putting those two teams down. They also won this week. We've gave Chelsea their praise. And I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll give Man United their
I'm
praise
sure
in
we
a
will.
bit.
On to another team though that do have a lot of money now, and
Yeah.
that is Newcastle, and they won 5-1
Big result.
against Brentford, who haven't been too bad themselves this season.
They've been drawing a lot of games, Newcastle, but they got the dub here, and potentially due to some individual errors at Brentford's end.
Oh yeah, for sure Rhea was at fault,
And
Pinnock as well.
Yeah.
But that's Newcastle scored 9 goals in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
A help from a red card last week, and obviously individual errors this week. But they're scoring goals and they're looking good. It's the players that you didn't expect to do as well as they have under Eddie Howe. The Almirons,
Joelinton.
yeah, exactly. That he's really enhanced their performances.
Definitely.
More than just the signings they've brought. Obviously, we've got to have a mention here for Bruno Gomes.
Yeah.
Incredible performance yesterday. Great goals. Like it was a header he scored.
Yep.
Yep. Back
It was a
across the
great
keeper.
header.
Great header, and then a great finish from outside the box.
They play with a real spirit, Newcastle.
Yeah.
They've got a team spirit about them. And the prime example of that is Almiron and yesterday Jacob Murphy.
Yeah.
Players that didn't really get a look before Eddie Howe came in. And they've come in, worked their socks off. They must run the most in the team because they both have just bundles of energy and they put themselves about brilliantly. But players like that, as you said, just complete changes in attitude and ability.
Sure,
as well.
it's just it goes hand in hand with the feel good factor around Newcastle at the moment. Like because the fans are so upbeat about the way the direction they think their club will go in, because of the money, obviously, but also just because of the players that are there that care a lot about this club doing really well, and they're fighting for their place because they know that there is money there. I think to be spent and to replace these players, and that's a testament to the players that are already there. And fair play to Eddie Howe, he's doing a good job.
Brentford though, 2 losses out of the last 3, still in 11th place because they started well.
Yeah.
Do you think it's troubling times, or do you think this was just a one-off bad performance?
It's a bad performance. It's at James's Park, tough place to go, always is. And I think Brentford will be fine.
Yeah,
Like they will be fine. I think it's Pinnock's first game back. I think it was his first game back, but he's definitely coming back from injury or just come back. Rhea, good keeper. You're not going to make those mistakes a lot, are you? He's encouraged to do what he did and play out with his feet.
Every keeper has a bad game like that. It's to be expected at one point or another in the season. So,
they can't say too much about it. They're a good side and they'll stay up this season, I think, for sure.
Brighton, Tottenham.
Yeah.
Are we going to echo what we say every week? Tottenham were not the better team, but they grinded out a result.
I mean, they did. It's the Conte way. They sit deep. Brighton control a lot of the ball. Tottenham, for sure, though, were a better side in the first half. Dangerous on the counter, obviously. But it doesn't feel like it's fluid with the Tottenham attack. And I think a big part of that is because Kulusevski. I think it's Kulusevski's cool-headedness in the final third. To take his time, slow it down a wee bit, pick the right pass. And that sort of quality that he has rubs off on the other two.
Definitely.
And I think they have been missing that. But they're good defensively. And what they did yesterday as well, or on Saturday, was instead of the 3-4-3 they deployed against Arsenal, and they have done most of this season, they knew that Brighton would control a lot of the ball. They are the home side. It's the way Brighton play. Overload that midfield as well, and just they're just like good triangles and good play between them. And what they did is play 3-5-2 to Tottenham. Basuma came in there, and I think it must have worked because Brighton didn't score.
A player that we've not spoke much about this season, but there was a lot of hype before the season, Basuma. Do you think with this result he might start getting more game time? I think
it will be a catalyst, for him to get more game time for sure.
Against his former team, of course.
Yeah.
But
I think there's nothing more I can really say about Tottenham. But for Brighton, it's just it feels like last season or the season before, create a lot of chances, have a lot of the ball, but just not have the ball in the back of the net. And that seems to be when Brighton. That's probably why Brighton will fall off. I know they've started the season really well.
They're still 6th, I believe, or maybe 5th. No, 7th now. Newcastle leapfrogged them.
Yeah, they'll probably occupy the places maybe from about 7th to about 13th by the end of the season, and that really just depends on if they can get the ball in the back of the net from the chances that they will create, and they do create.
Yeah.
So
On to Sunday's games.
Sure. Palace Leeds.
Yep,
Start with
Palace
that.
Leeds.
What do you think, Heggie? I spoke a lot here.
I think this is a big result for Palace. Leeds have been playing good football. A lot of creative threat up front. They played two up front today. They played Rodrigo and Bamford with Aronson as well.
Yeah.
Who looked to have a good game. We've only really saw the highlights because it wasn't televised. But, in fact, no, was it televised? It might have been, but we were at the Thistle game.
Yeah.
Our Sunday League team, if you must know. But no, big result. Who's got the goals again? Edouard, like we said last week.
Good ball in from Elise.
Yeah, could be the catalyst last week, and it looks as though it has been. He got another goal this week, top player. And who was the second goal?
Well, the first goal was for Leeds. It was a really good run from Aronson.
Off the post.
And then it was a Struik. What's his name again?
Struik, the Dutch boy.
The boy that gets sent off last year against Liverpool for the was it a leg break?
Yeah.
Was it against Liverpool? Who was it again?
It was a Harvey Elliott.
It's Harvey Elliott. Yeah, that's what it was. And he gets sent off for that. But anyway, he scored. And I think more, I don't know if you really moan at Gaeta for this, but it's more the man on the line that just completely swipes and misses it. I don't know who that was. It might have been Ward.
Yeah.
If it is, then that makes sense because he's.
I was the right back.
He's a shocker. He's a shocker of a defender. Sorry to disrespect, but it's just the way it is. But they did get the winner. A really good team goal.
Was it?
No, it was Eze. Really good team goal out on the left hand side. Zaha actually has gone inside for this. The ball into him, nice wee flick round the corner, and then Eze, sells his man, takes an extra touch, and then fires home in the bottom corner. Great goal, really good goal, and it's just it's what we love to see from Palace because they've got really likeable players, really good technical players. And I think Palace are probably a lot of people's second team. I think that they like to watch them play. There's a lot of
Brighton.
It's those two. It's for sure those two. They're just good teams. They want to play well. And Palace have had a difficult start to the season. They haven't looked the best in terms of
the way they did last season
and getting results as well.
But a big part of that was Eze was out.
Yeah.
Elise was out at the start of the season. But now they're back.
Yeah.
Both played today. Yeah. Let's see if they can push on from this and get some more wins. Because they did make Selhurst Park an absolute fortress last season. Mm-hmm. So,
But this was on a way. This was a home win, and this was needed.
Yeah.
This was needed against a Leeds side who have started the season well.
Yeah, I think they're mid-table, are they? Yeah, 14th, Palace 15th with that win.
It is honestly it's a shame because Leeds with this you want to try and bounce back, but it's a shame that they have to go to the league leaders Arsenal next week. Tough game for them.
Very
or in fact,
game.
I think we go to them even harder. We've been actually conceding more goals at home this season.
Is that at Elland Road?
It must be because we've had 2 away home games in a row.
Yeah.
But anyway, on to the second last game that we will review for this weekend.
Oh well, yeah.
And that is West Ham with a 3-1 win over Fulham. Fulham scoring first.
Worrying times for Fulham.
They started well, but they're starting to kind of get dragged down into a dogfight. I think you told me that earlier.
I'm not liking the looks of this for Fulham. They are, what are they now? Sorry for the wee bit of a technical issue here. They're 9th, but they're only 5 points clear of the relegation zone, so it's a bit misleading being 9th place. It's only 9 games in. Yeah,
no, I don't think they can be too worried. Actually, now that I've seen that, I'm like, you know what? It's not that
5 points.
It's 9 games in though.
I know.
If they continues like this, I think maybe if they've not picked up points in the next week or two, maybe in 2 weeks, then I'm going, you know what? Maybe they're starting to worry here.
There's not good performances though, like they have at the start of the season.
But who was missing today?
Mitrovic was missing.
Who was missing for the majority of last week? Well,
who was it?
Well, the 11th man because they get a man sent off, but also Mitrovic gets taken off about 30 minutes in, and he's a big part of their team. But West Ham, they did the thing. They did what we expected them to do. They had a tough start of the season, didn't play well, and they're starting to slowly pick up points. And they've got to
on the score sheet as well, which they'll be loving. I know I've slated Scamacca a few times on here, saying I thought it was a bit of a waste of money, but
I don't think so. But
proved his worth today.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit one. It's one where he takes a touch. His touch isn't great. He's like, where's the ball? And then
maybe hit his hand, but
lovely finish.
Yeah,
lovely finish. And Bowen penalty, so stupid from Pereira. I
Yeah.
don't know what he's doing. He's been
He was
told by the
literally
referee
bombed.
not
Yeah.
to do it, and then continues to do it. And then, of course, Antonio goal. What is Ream and Leno doing? What a serious mix-up there.
Calamity of errors.
It was. But a great goal from Pereira to start the game off, of course.
I think
we did.
Fabianski has to do better. It goes wrong hand.
It's a bit of great strike, but yes, I think you're probably right. Wrong hand.
Yeah. I think a keeper like Ramsdale might save it. One with a bit better reactions.
Yeah,
maybe ages
maybe.
caught up to Fabianski a wee bit.
What age is Fabianski?
Must be-
35?
Must be mid-30s, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he was at Arsenal about 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But
Mental.
fair enough.
Yeah.
West Ham moving up the table.
2 wins in a row. They needed it.
Yeah. Oh, to another team that have definitely picked up form since the start of the season, and that's, of course, Man United against Everton.
Yep.
Sorry, obviously, the Arsenal-Liverpool game we haven't mentioned. I did mention at the start, though, that we have got our match review that we did yesterday.
Yeah. 15 minutes long if you want to see the full in-depth video of what we thought of the game.
Yeah. So, yeah, but we haven't done that. But anyway, on to Man United Everton.
Yep. Massive result.
Big result. Big result away to Goodison. Nighttime game. It's always rowdy in there.
Yep. I think Man United fans have been a little bit too critical of the start of the season.
Well, it was terrible.
Yeah, because of the first 2 games.
Or
But
3.
No, was it not 2? Yeah, it was only the first 2 games they lost.
Was it?
Yeah. Then they won 4 in a row. Then they lost to City. And then they won today. They've had actually a good start.
No, it was 3.
No, they've only got 3 losses.
So it's because they get beaten by Brentford at home, and it's because they get hammered 4-0. That's what it was. It must have been that.
Yeah, they've only had 3 defeats.
And then 4 wins on the bounce. Lost to City, fair enough, and then went today. No, yeah, it's fair. I mean, they are 5th.
Yeah.
They're in the top 5.
That's what you'd expect it
Who
to
do you
be.
expect? Liverpool are
Yeah.
letting everyone down with the top. They're 10th.
Yeah. No, but honestly, I think Man United have not had that bad a
No,
start
they
to the
haven't.
season.
I think it's the way
This
they
is what you would expect them to be.
Yeah, it's the way they play.
Yeah.
Even when they have been getting these wins, is
Today slightly different though. They played a bit better.
because they're playing an Everton side. They
Yes.
do what Man United do. They play well on the counter, and this is probably where you're going to say for Man United that you go. This is where I thought maybe you'd fall short because you didn't get the win when you're going there and they're going to sit in deep and try and hit you on the counter. How are you going to react when that comes up? Well, when that comes up against you, and they dealt with it. Ronaldo, great goal. Obviously, he was forced on by Martial coming off. But yeah, it's just typical Ronaldo, isn't it?
Yep.
Good goal from Anthony as well. He started well his time at Man United. And Everton, Iwobi, it's a great finish, isn't it? It's
It was a bit poor for the other one of the goals though. I think it was Casemiro took it off him.
He did. Casemiro took it off him, actually had a really nice ball in for Ronaldo. Casemiro, by the way, get man of the match. I was watching the game and I have no idea how. A couple of moments of brilliance from him maybe, and that's about it. He was giving the ball away left, right, centre.
Who else are you giving it to though?
Just for simply
Shaw maybe played well.
I'd probably give it to Shaw, yeah, but simply just give it to Ronaldo. It's too easy to not to.
Yeah.
He got the winner, and it's just Ronaldo. Come on.
Yeah, they're a bit of a poor game other than the
I know,
goal.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
I can't be, and I think Shaw probably is the best shout.
Maybe Anthony as well.
Maybe
Another
Anthony.
goal.
Yeah, maybe Anthony. Yeah, but Man United, I think you are right. They have been a bit harsh on themselves because they're getting results. They're a bit like Spurs. They're getting results even when they're not playing the nicest of football.
Yep.
But there is moments where Man United look excellent. You can see what Erik ten Hag is trying to bring to this team. So it's getting interesting now. Who do you see out of that top 5? So Arsenal, Man City, Spurs, Chelsea, United. I'm going to bring Liverpool back in because I imagine they're going to get themselves up there. Who do you see missing out in top 4 now?
It's honestly impossible to answer.
It's good to think though, because a few weeks ago we were going, all right, they're having a stinker, they're missing out. They're having a stinker, they're missing out.
Yeah, I think right now it would be safe to say there's 2 guaranteed top 4, and that's City and Arsenal. Wherever they finish in the top 4 is debatable. Like Arsenal could finish 4th. City are going to win the league. I don't think it's even a debate.
Arsenal can be call themselves or say they're in a title race.
Yeah.
But they're in a title race. It's a one-horse race.
Yeah.
A wee bit because of how good Man City are. We talk a wee bit about that in the match review as well of the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
But I think those two probably are. I think Man City will win the league.
Yep. And then it will be Arsenal and one of the other 3 I think it will also be Chelsea from what I've seen.
Right.
Because I think Potter's come in, they're looking good. They've got probably the best squad out of the rest available. Like, I'm including Liverpool in that. I don't rate their depth in their squad. When they've got injuries, they don't look as good. And I think it would be silly not to say Liverpool just because of how good they have been in recent history.
You think Spurs and United? Do you think
But
Spurs
I'm
missed
not
out?
going to say Liverpool. I'm going to have them fifth, and I think Spurs will finish in the top four.
I think the big
I
thing
think
with
it will be the
Spurs.
four that are there now.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's an easy thing to say, isn't it? But I think I don't know, because there's positives and negatives, like clear positives and negatives about all of them there that you've mentioned. I think Arsenal, Man City. I'm going to be with you. I agree with you here. I think those two are just they'll be the top four. Wherever they are, don't know. Like Man City be top, Arsenal anywhere between the top four. Spurs are
Serial top four.
It's with Conte. It's like if you see a few more bad results from Spurs where they don't get wins and they're getting the fans are on his back, does he stay full season?
That's a good point as well.
That's the problem. I think that if Conte is there, come summer next year, I think it's because they've got top four.
Yeah.
If he leaves, I think they won't get top four. Chelsea, the big thing with them, the question is with them, is this just purely a manager bounce? But they've got so many good players. Like, I think they'll really be in and around it there. And Man United's, I think they're a bit of an unknown quantity, aren't they? And Liverpool, we know what they're like.
I'm going to have Liverpool outside top four.
Fair.
But they win Champions League and still get Champions League.
They win it.
That's a cop out, I know, but
No, they're not winning the Champions League. Have you seen them? Seen the way they play?
they're the best cup team in it. What's the deal?
Nah.
Real Madrid. Other than
Real Madrid are in it.
Other than Real Madrid.
Yeah, no. But anyway, we had a wee top four talk there at the end there. I hope you've enjoyed the video though. Again, as I mentioned, match review was yesterday for the Arsenal-Liverpool game for a more in-depth analysis.
Yep.
But other than that, thank you very much for watching. We'll continue to do our predictions on Thursday or Friday.
But we've got a wee bit of a backlog there now.
Yeah.
Because we've had other commitments. I've been away for a few,
Yeah.
a weekend. So, table won't be here, but it will be in the Thursday video.
Precisely.
Because the Monday night game as well, need to update that.
For sure. But yeah, anyway, thanks very much for listening.